Hello, fellow mood readers. Today, I wanted to focus a little bit on the state of the library. Like I said in my series video, there's no organization in here whatsoever. Since we put everything the way that we put it, everything has kind of been everywhere, and I have little stacks of books now. Or big stacks of books and little stacks of books. I think maybe I'll start with some organization. We'll do the small stuff first. So first things first, there aren't too many mass market paperbacks, so I think it would be a really good idea to kind of get some of that organized and figure out which mass markets are still on some shelves and get them put on the spinner, and then kind of go from there and maybe start doing bookshelves next time. But for today, I kind of want to just get all of the mass markets situated. So as you can see, I flipped you over here. This is the spinner. My fiance moved it out a little bit from the window to put the air conditioner in. Everything is absolute and utter chaos. Whatever kind of order there was, which wasn't much, is not there now because he moved it out, and then I told him to just throw whatever everywhere. So what we're gonna do, I think, is focus on this and maybe go from the shelves and see if there's any mass markets on there and just get them all slotted in and in some semblance of order. I want to put all of the horror together, all the fantasy together, and try to keep some authors together. Let's enjoy the ride here. So here we have what you would call an empty spinner. So next is to sort this out. I'm going to sort out fantasy and horror and whatever else and get it all situated. So here we go. So quick update, I have them sorted. These are horror. I didn't do the authors yet. I just did the authors for the fantasy right now. This is everything else. Classics like regular fiction and some YA children's stuff here. So I did get all of the, oh, and there's more classics and stuff there too. So this is all fantasy right here. I got them sorted by author. So now they just gotta go on the spinner. some semblance of order back into the fantasy. I've got all the David Eddings, all the Dragonlance. There's down there. Those there are all authors. There's only a few books of, or one of, that I have. And this side finishes it off with Terry Brooks at the end. So I think next we will do some of the classics and some of the other stuff, and then the horror will be on the other side. Alright, so here we are. We are finished. This is the spinner now. Here's our fantasy. Coming down. The odd sizes fit better on the bottom, so I didn't bother with like going into any kind of alphabetical. At least all the fantasy is together, at least all the other stuff is together, and the horror is together. So this is our fantasy. Continuing on with fantasy. And then goes into kind of like mythology, cozy mystery, and then whatever else. These are some weird size stuff that wouldn't all fit on the bottom. So we got classics and children's, young adults, all that stuff there. Some of the smaller paperbacks just are a little bit too small but too big for the spinner shelves. And if I adjust, I kind of lose some of the space like for some of this, so I kind of wanted to leave top and bottom for like bigger things and then smaller things. So here's all the extra other stuff kind of going into sci-fi and horror, and then we come down. I got all the authors together, and here we go, Stephen King, and coming down some more Stephen King. This was some other stuff that kind of wouldn't fit upright. It felt weird having only 3 up like this way, so I put those right there. And here's some more. And it finishes up here. And down here I have some books that are new that have to be shelved. They were all in a pile on my table, so I figured it would be nice to just put them in here for now. So I put some of my little tiny novellas and short story stuff down here, and these are kind of somewhat small, but they look like trade sizes, but they're kind of small, so I figured I'd keep those down in here. And yeah, these just have to be shelved, ready to go. So that is the spinner, and we're back around. And here's the fantasy again. So thank you for joining me for a little bit of organization. I'm happy to finally have that like situated. It looks so much better, and we don't have to move any books off for a while because the air conditioner's in there, and it's kind of a little bit more in the middle of the room again, but that's all right. I'd rather have the air in here and kind of have that in the middle than to, be hot. So thank you for joining me again, and keep an eye out for the rest of the organization coming. I still have to decide on where I kind of want things, because I do have a bookshelf in the bedroom, so I'm thinking I might put some of those recently bought books kind of in there, and some of the ones that I'm kind of looking forward to and I think might be next. Like, I do want to read the book that broke the world, so I have that one, and I have a few other sequels that I'm looking forward to, like Drop of Corruption. Those are going to be sooner rather than later, and I'm thinking about putting some of the other ones that are upcoming. Like, there was a vote on Rachel's Discord for the book club, and after Wrath, it should be Sword of Kaigen, which I have on audio. I don't have the physical copy of that, so that'll be nice. I've been looking forward to reading an Emma Wang, so I'm kind of really excited about that. The next series after John Gwynne is going to be Robin Hobb, so I'm so excited. I actually just bought the 3rd book recently, so I'm thinking about moving that in there as well. It's going to be a little bit of transition, trying to figure out where to put things and what I want to stay in here versus what I want to kind of put in there as maybe like a TBR bookcase. So that's kind of where my thoughts are right now. And so some of the things that don't have shelves, I do have a clear shelf on top over there, but I didn't want to get into like shelving things just anywhere and then have to move them off anyway. So I'm looking forward to organizing the library again and getting everything situated and put in its special place. I might do more shelves kind of dedicated to the special editions. Like maybe I'll make that the small shelf, just all special editions, and kind of have maybe favorites over here or something. So still figuring it out, still working things out. If you've got any suggestions, let me know, or let me know how you have yours set up and what you like to do. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, give me a book emoji, any kind. I will take it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.